Okay, here we are at Edith Falls. Edith Falls, just north of Katherine, where we're going tomorrow. The van's getting a service tomorrow. It's been a long time coming. It's like everything, you can't get things booked in. So it's not a big service, it's just going to have a look at the undercarriage for me, make sure everything's okay, check the brakes and the wheels, bearings, that sort of stuff. Yeah, geez. Alright, so this is where we're parked up for tonight. It's National Park, so it's $12 bucks per person. So $24 for the night. It's pretty good. No power water, but that's alright, we've got all that. And it's our little patch of grass, barbecues, toilets, lots of people. So as I say, it's not far from Katherine, so a few people would stay here, I think, rather than Katherine on the way through to Darwin. Anyway, we'll go down and have a look at the falls and see what they're like. Sure if I want to go for a swim today or not. There's a fish in this one. That's a big pool over there. Let's round and have a look. So this is, like I said, Edith Falls. It's going across. It's huge. Yeah, they're way downstream. Just some of the ground's pretty amazing, nice and green. As I say, $12 a night. We're going down this track.
You're going down there?
Yes, I want to go that way.
We've already walked past the pool.
No, we haven't. So today just happens to be the 27th of August, which is happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me, happy birthday.
So we're at a little place. It's a wee small hours in the morning, 8 o'clock. Katherine Gorge.
Nitmiluk National Park.
Nitmiluk. Because we're going to do one of these. When he fills it up with petrol and make sure the propeller spins and everything. So we're here, there's a couple of them. I assume this is the one we're going in. Anyway, we have to sit and wait because we're ready but they're not.
A little bit of boat safety as we get underway. These boats have been classed as unsinkable. I'm sure you might have heard that one at least once before. So if you do happen to get that sinking feeling today, you've got 2 emergency exit points. One's on your left, the other's on your right. Might seem like a good idea to go over the front of the boat, but unfortunately boats don't have brakes, so please don't go doing that. Fed River has a catchment area of about 9,500 square kilometres. It flows down from there in a southwest direction, where it eventually moves in a horseshoe shape to head northwest and flow into the Daly River, ending up in the Timor Sea at a place called Anson Bay. Now, during the peak of the wet season here, this is one long, continuous river that connects directly to the sea.
So, as I said earlier this morning, or when we first put it on, we're doing the Katherine Gorge early morning tour.
Person that said to have passed through this area was a Scottish explorer by the name of John McDougall Stewart.
It'll be
And
interesting.
you might recognise that name, as he is the namesake of the Stewart Highway. You've probably travelled up or down to be here today. So when he passed through here back in 1862, Stewart's expedition was funded by a wealthy Adelaide businessman named James Chambers. And out of appreciation for this, he named a lot of the landmarks that he came across in his travels after Chambers and his family. So he named this river after Chambers' second eldest daughter, Katherine. All the hatchlings will come out female, and they'll have an incubation period of around 123 days. If it's between 30 and 32 degrees, there'll be a mixture of sexes, mainly female. And 32 to 34 degrees, they're all going to come out male, and they're only going to have around 64 days to incubate those guys. So roughly half the time of the females. Now if you take a look directly in front of us here, you see these really big rocks sticking out into the river that we're heading towards. In the peak of an average wet season, we can drive our boats straight over the top of that rock. So you're looking at about an 8 to 10 metre river rise above its current level. And if you're wondering how fast the river gets here in the wet season, just check out the lean on the trees over to the right of us here now. So that current can get as strong as 30 to 40 kilometres an hour. That does mean that we can't run our regular boat tours here in the peak of the wet season. The motors on these boats aren't strong enough to go against that current. But we do offer one alternative, that's a powerboat tour. So our powerboat's got 450 horsepower worth of motor behind it.
Now we're in the second gorge, different boat.
Okay, feel free to stand and move around the boat again, and welcome to the second gorge. Now the first main feature of this second gorge is this really large cliff face located on our right. This is old Jetta's rock. So this rock featured in the film Old Jetta that was made back in 1955 by a filmmaker called Charles Chevelle. And it was pretty important in Australian film history for a couple of reasons. It was the first prominent Australian film to be made in colour. More importantly, it was the first Australian film to star Indigenous actors. And that was actually 12 years before Indigenous Australians were recognised as citizens of Australia, so it was a pretty significant production for its time. I'm not going to spoil the storyline of that film for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but I will say that I'll give you a bit of insight into the Jabiru system. It's really worthwhile to watch a bit yourself. I'm lining up a nice photo opportunity of Jetta's Rock to the back left-hand side of the boat here now. Feel free to move around the boat to get a better view of that one. Filmmaker who did talk at Coach, so you can probably imagine how the story went out. For those of you who have seen older episodes to watch it now, this feature passing on our right, that featured in some of the scenes of that film. Another movie that did some filming out here in the gorge and also up in Katherine was made a little bit more recently in 2006. 17, and that was called Katherine Gorge. We've actually just moved from one extreme to another. Having just passed through that really shallow section back there, we're now sitting on top of the deepest section of the entire gorge. So it's around 40 metres deep directly below us here, and the reason why it is so deep is because during the wet season, a whole bunch of rocks and water come rushing down through the Katherine Canyon. They hit this rock wall over to our left, which eventually sends it all spinning in an anti-clockwise direction, forming a whirlpool. All of those rocks concentrate at the bottom of that whirlpool, and they look like a drill. They dig this spot deeper every year. Now, I'm sure at least a few of you on board today have heard of the rainbow serpent before. Very important creation figure in almost all Indigenous Australian cultures. And around here, the Jabiru where the rainbow serpent knows Bolum. And during the time of creation, Bolum was said to have come through the land and he carved this gorge out in his own image. He then laid to rest in this really deep pool in the corner here. So Jabiru people won't swim, fish, or even drink the water from this corner of the river. Pregnant Jabiru women and new initiates aren't even allowed.
That's where the last eye because we're going back now. So that's just looking back down the second gorge.
It's a big camera.
And, so it'll be the same thing, the opposite direction.
And there's that photo opportunity of the Katherine Canyon for those of you on the right hand side of the boat.
Very impressive.